Wow, a beautiful new week is here. Hello, it's a marvelous Monday, and I have one question for you. Who is ready to have an amazing week?
Yeah, and guess who's back?
Yeah, guess who's back? Back again. No, but really, we actually missed you.
Oh, you did?
We did.
Oh, thank you so much.
Welcome back.
I'm
Happy
back.
New Year.
Yes, indeed. Oh,
yes. Happy.
No.
Have I seen you? Okay, I saw you that.
Yeah, of course, we've seen this.
But after that, you peeled out.
It's been good, yeah. It's,
Feels like since last year we haven't seen you.
Got a little bit of rest.
Yeah.
While I was away.
Welcome back, Yomi.
Yeah, and the immediate question right now is, who is ready to have a great morning? We are the show that dishes out like no other.
Yes, sir.
Good morning to you all, and welcome to another edition of 1 hour and 45 minutes of Wake Up Nigeria. The best, the very best of breakfast entertainment. My name is Yomi Owokwe.
And I'm Titila Oyinso. Now, as you can see, our kitchen is already standing by. They're already looking hot, set to dish something out for us. I can't even deal. Hey, she's back. Ofe is here.
Yes. Ofe was here last week.
Really?
Yeah, so she didn't exactly go on any hiatus, unlike Yomi.
She was?
Yeah.
I missed her. It feels like we've not seen her in a long time because her food is so tasty.
Oh, yeah. Good morning, guys. How are you doing?
Good to see you.
Same here.
Now, there's so much in store for today. Now, hopefully, you're aware, but even if you're not, let's tell you. Now, there are a number of businesses you can pick up this year, and we are going to be helping you with a little, a conversation that will help you discover how to get some capital. Now, we have someone coming in to share some tips with us on how to get capital for your brand new business.
Yes, indeed. And then we will be taking you down memory lane in our This Week in History segment.
Hurry, we've got no time to lose.
And right after that, we have a musical performance from gospel singer Yemi Benjamin, better known as Yemi B.
All right, and of course, the right kind of motivation from the right person on the first business day of the week is just what everybody needs. What could possibly be your greatest obstacle in 2019? We'll be having a discussion about that with Stephen Omojuigbe later on the show.
Yes, indeed. And when it comes to life hacks, MM is going to be showing us what she has up her sleeve once again this week.
All right. Monday, guys.
Omo, fresh, everything, but my voice is croaking.
Yeah. But so you need to chill with that voice because, you know.
Yeah, I can hear it.
I saw you trying to.
Yeah, well.
So by the way, on record, this is arguably the fastest January ever.
Is it?
Yeah, today's 14th.
Okay,
already.
you know what? I don't want to talk about it because I don't want to jinx it.
I
don't want to.
But it's almost halfway January, man.
Yeah. Is it?
Yes.
Okay, it doesn't feel like it.
This is for, come on. It's almost halfway.
I've been trying everything to minimize costs. I've been hitching rides with friends. Like really, just to minimize how much I spend.
Oh yes, I heard you say that
Ubers.
to Mike last week.
Yeah.
I said, Mike, are you going home now?
Are you going home now? I beg, let's go now.
But if you're going the same way, it's no, we should.
Yeah.
Right.
All over the world, they do that.
We already have too many cars on the road. Do you understand? So, you enter somebody's compound, you see 6 cars, you now have 6 children. All of them, why are you driving to?
All right, so something interesting happened on social media this weekend that got me laughing.
Yeah, which one?
So some girl came out and she called out a guy for, molesting her, sexually molesting her. And this guy comes out and then he's like, come on, we went clubbing. This seemed like it was a consensual,
Club going,
and I spent 500K. Wow. You all had fun, and then you come out to call me out on social media. Wow. And next thing, guy says my mother is dead because of this issue so far. Like mother died within few minutes after the girl called him out on social media. Next thing, the guy is saying that he's going to commit suicide.
Is this a true story?
No, I'm serious.
So actually,
I'm serious.
The hashtag Asiwaju was
trending.
Asiwaju
was trending
over the weekend.
Okay.
it was
So it wasn't.
hilarious.
It wasn't the known as.
No, it wasn't a no one.
Oh,
So
right.
this guy is
Because I saw the hashtag.
Yeah.
but I got distracted by something else. I thought it was the.
It was
campaigns.
and it was big,
Yeah.
so it was back and forth, and there's so much drama. You know, it brought up the movement, what has been happening in Hollywood, and also here, the Me Too movement.
Yeah,
You know, it was reverberating R. Kelly, everything. You know that what content? What now? Silence is not content. Spending money doesn't
money is not
necessarily
consent.
equate or doesn't.
Yeah.
It shouldn't. It doesn't. It's not consent. Consent
yeah.
is yes.
Or
Consent
yes.
is not. Yeah, I think it has to be verbal, right?
Yes, it has to be verbal.
It has to be verbal,
Yes,
right?
it
Because
has to
from the
be
way it's
verbal,
going now,
yeah.
say even if by action, they say no.
From the way it's going, you pull out the contract from your pocket.
I'm telling
Side, please. Talking about R. Kelly,
I
he
am
went to a
telling you.
club over the weekend and
I'm
it
telling
sold out.
Oh my God.
Of course.
It was full to everybody like, oh, R. Kelly's at the club.
Please make him a bit more money.
I'm telling you.
I don't get
Album
it.
sales are through the roof.
Oh, exactly.
Hello, good morning, Nigeria. My name is Tosdalen Peter, and I'm your Taekwondo coach on Good Wake Up Nigeria show. Today, I will be taking you through some basic Taekwondo techniques. Practice with me as I take you through this practice. So, before we start on, we are going to take some few stretches and some few warm-up exercises. So, we go this way: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. Now, having done that, I will take you through some few basic Taekwondo stances. Today, we shall be practicing 5 basic stances. The first one is the attention stance, which shows a sign of ready to greet. So you go this way, you greet. Then we go on the ready stance. The ready stance is like a preparatory position into other forms that you may want to go into. Then the next stance you go into is the horse riding stance. You go this way, just like the way you sit on a horse. Now the importance of stances is for precision and for balance, good balance. So you go on this way. This is the third stance. Now the next stance you're going to go, you return to your ready stance and you go to the walking stance this way. You could also do it this way from this side. Your walking stance, just like the way you walk. The way you walk is the walking stance. Now the last stance for today is the front stance or the forward stance. It goes this way. Yeah, you extend the extension of the back foot and the front leg bends. I'll do it from the side, this way. You go this way. Now in all of these stances, you could apply some other exercises, some other hand techniques, like from the attention stance, you go into the ready stance. From the ready stance, you could take your hands to your waist this way and you do your punches. You do your punches. It's a form of exercise also. So you return on your horse riding stance. You return this way, apply your hand techniques. The same thing, the same thing. And while doing this, make sure you exhale. You make a shout, help, help, help. This helps to exhale and have a good breath control. So from this stance, we go into the walking stance, which is this. You can also do help. You move forward, help. You step backward, help. Step backward, help. And the last but not the least, which is the front stance. I'm going to do it from the side. You go this way, help. And I move forward with the same hand technique. Help. You step backward, help. Another step backward, help. Another step forward, help. Another step forward, help. Now, while doing this, it helps for a good body posture, a good balance, and you're good to go. Now, let me let you know that we are running a 2-month intensive Taekwondo internship training. It's starting on the 24th of January till March. So if you're interested, you may want to join us. Thank you very much.
All right, it's really good to see that on the show, right? You know, growing up, my dad insisted that I learn how to fight taekwondo.
Are you serious?
Yes, because I was so fragile.
Did you follow it through?
Maybe he thought it was going to boost my confidence for whatever reason.
Did you follow
it
it through?
I don't know. My mom didn't like that. Because she didn't want me beating up all the boys in the class. All right, here in the kitchen with me is Chef Ofe. Yes, people. And this morning we are making veggies and pasta delight.
Yeah, she got it today.
Of course, darling.
You always twist the names upside
Whatever.
down. You always twist the
Whatever.
You always twist the names upside down.
So on your screen right there are the ingredients.
Yep.
Let's get cooking.
Okay, so I was just heating up the water
For the pasta,
but
yeah.
I'm going to take it out now.
Okay.
I fried the chicken already to save time. So I'm going to reduce a bit of oil.
Okay.
Yep.
So right now we're just going to, what are we doing first? We're
We're going
frying
to
up
fry
the
the
vegetables.
vegetables, yeah.
Okay. And the veggies we are working. Let's talk about the ingredients quickly.
Okay, we
Yeah.
have carrots, we have
Green
peas,
peas.
but the cucumber is for garnish.
Garnishing.
Then we have bell pepper, we have onions, we have spring onions, we have a little bit of chicken broth,
stock.
yeah. Then spices and seasoning.
And spices this morning we're working with
Yeah,
thyme,
this thyme,
curry.
black pepper, chili pepper, seasoning cubes, salt, and curry.
All right, great
Yeah,
stuff.
then have
And then
the
our pasta.
pasta, spaghetti.
And our chicken, which is already fried already.
Yep.
Ready to go.
I've been trying to save that from MM.
Mike.
I've been trying.
Mike.
No, you.
Not me, Mike.
You. Okay, let's start.
Okay.
Onions first.
And then, so we're just going to work all of the vegetables in.
Yeah.
And then,
One
at what
step
point
at a
does
time.
our chicken stock go in? Because I'm very...
When we have incorporated the veggies and the pasta, so just putting a little bit of chicken stock.
Oh,
Yeah, to
okay.
flavor it up.
Okay.
A bit.
And for our pasta, we're parboiling it, yeah?
Yeah, cooking it fully, not parboiling.
Oh, we're
Yeah,
cooking it
yeah, till it's,
Oh, okay.
yeah. We put in oil and salt in the water.
Okay.
Yeah, so when the veggies are ready, I will mix them together, so we don't really have to cook it too much. Just toss them together, stir fry it, yeah.
Just fold all of them in.
Yeah.
Get it all ready. Great stuff. So yesterday, I made sweet and sour sauce.
Go
for the first
you!
time. Yes!
Where's my own?
And I was very skeptical
Where's my
about how
own?
it's going to taste.
Where's my
No,
own?
you got to taste a little bit of it because I brought it this morning. I couldn't wait to, you know,
Wait,
show off.
why do I have to taste a
my
little bit
cooking
of
skills.
it? Why don't I have my own bowl of it?
Oh, well, unfortunately,
Really?
you are not in mine, but
Really?
you know I could share.
Really?
I can share.
No, no.
All right, guys, just in case you're just joining us, we are making veggies and pasta delight. And with us here in the studio is Chef Ofe. Yes, people. And we are working with chicken and pasta and all the ceremony on our seafood this
So
morning.
in goes the carrot, since it's a bit hard top,
Okay.
so that it gets softened, and the peas as well.
You know, this is one vegetable that I don't know how to work with, green peas.
Peas, you have to be very
Yeah.
smart about it, so it's not,
Mushy.
yeah, mushy and at times too crunchy. Although I like it crunchy though.
Okay.
Yeah. But I think if you use the tinned variant of
Okay.
it tends to be very mushy. But this is fresh.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's one veggie I can work with, but well, that's why we have you to
Yeah.
teach us how to work this magic.
Yep.
With some of our veggies and green peas, red kidneys, kidney beans.
No.
I can't
Peas,
work
green
with,
peas.
No, I can't
Okay,
work
you
with
can
green
work.
kidney beans
Oh,
as well.
okay. That one is soft too, so you need to know when to incorporate it into. Most times it's always like as a finishing
Okay.
because it's soft.
So to replace the oil, can you also use margarine or butter?
Yeah, you
Just
can.
Thinking.
You can.
Loud. Okay.
This vegetable oil, you could also use olive oil.
Olive oil.
Yeah, and for the pasta, which I do for myself, you could use wheat pasta.
Wheat pasta.
Yeah, whole wheat pasta.
Oh, okay. That's for those who are on a diet
Fit fam.
and those who are also watching their
Yeah.
talking blood pressure,
Yeah.
diabetes and stuff. That's like a better option.
Yeah.
All right, we are going on a quick commercial break. So basically, all our vegetables just going to go in. We're going to season that up, yeah?
Yeah.
And then we'll be right back.
Welcome back. Now it's time for business on a Monday. And starting a business does not have to cost you an arm and a leg. Now, with minimal capital, there are some businesses that you can pick up this new year and build over time. Now, Alex Iheanacho was here with us last week. Of course, he's back this morning to give us highlights of some business ideas for us this year, 2019. Now, Alex is a money sense coach. I like that. A businessman, of course, a best-selling author, and a money marketing consultant. He's joining us this morning to talk to us about starting a business and looking at a number of business opportunities that are available now in 2019. Thank you so much, Alex, for joining us.
Appreciate it.
Okay, so let's start from the beginning. A lot of times people think that when you talk about starting a business, you're looking for capital, lots of cash, bricks and mortar, having a shop somewhere, opening an office and all of that. But it doesn't always have to be like that.
It doesn't have to be. You can actually, by being a little bit creative, you can actually start something for yourself. I mean, I talk about this a lot. I even do free trainings in my community on Facebook where I teach people all of this. So it doesn't really have to be that expensive for you to start a business. So for example, you could be a business broker, for example. And what that means is that you don't own what you sell. You know, you just sell other people's products. So you have a tailor, a good tailor that makes good clothes for you. And each time you dress, people, oh, I like what you're wearing. So you could begin to say, oh, well, I can get you some, you know. So you connect them, you get a share, you get a commission.
I like that. You call it business broker.
Yeah, a business broker.
So, and you mentioned tailor. You can also be.
I have a guy who sells cars. He doesn't own the car. In fact, sometimes I help him sell some too. I don't even see the cars, right? All I do is connect them, and I get paid in between. Right. And even the guy himself, who happens to be my friend, he doesn't own any of them. Right.
I like that. I mean, the concept of business broker is also what a lot of people do in Lagos.
Yes, yes. Even when you go to main markets and all of those.
And it's basically just leveraging on your network, depending on how many people you know.
That sell things.
But that's some professions that require some kind of certification for you to be a broker in them.
Yes, there are so few that we're not talking about those. If you want to get into those, you already know from the onset that this is what you want to be. For example, if you want to be a stockbroker, you know you have to go through some kind of certifications, right? But there are a whole lot of other businesses that you don't have to be certified to sell. Right. Or for example, even some companies, you can vendor their investment for them, you know, without having to be certified. You're just selling for them.
Right. We have a lot of guys in insurance.
You know, insurance companies. So we have a lot of opportunities there.
Yeah. So being a broker,
you can really be a broker. So you also have, of course, we know that unemployment rate is on the increase. Currently, they said unemployment and underemployment is doing about 48.something%.
Wow.
So that simply means that there are a whole lot of people out there who are looking for jobs. But the truth be told, there are opportunities, really. There are some jobs. You know, but the point is that a whole lot of these people who are looking for jobs don't know how best to look for these jobs, right? So even when they have the opportunity to step in, they don't put their best foot forward. So you can help them. Help them get their CVs right. You know, some people don't even know the difference between a CV and a cover letter. Right. You know, so you can do that. I've had a business once on that. You know, you teach them basic things they should know, interview tips, help them get a very decent looking CV that could get them in, right? And they pay you for it.
Yeah, so you just charge a nominal fee.
Like maybe 5, 10K. Imagine if you're doing 5K, which I think an average human being can pay, right? And you do for like 50 people in a quarter.
I mean, I've seen a couple of people online that you know run that service, and they get a lot of feedback.
Definitely.
And things like that. So I like that you're going also in this direction, because it also means that you, as the person looking for a business, have to also prepare yourself. You know, do some research.
Definitely.
Yeah, and get ready for this opportunity.
We talked about it last week that you have to love the people you want to serve. You know, you have to get into something that you know that okay, I'll be happy to serve someone here. There is nothing wrong in you serving someone and asking for a pay. Right. You know, there's everything wrong in you not serving people and asking them to give you money. But when you serve someone, you have the right, to ask for some kind of returns. Right.
Okay, so let's go to the third opportunity. So we talked about being a broker, and then secondly, helping people get CV writing services.
Yeah. So you could also go into, you could also become a business planning consultant. So you help people write business plans, right? There are a whole lot of people who want to go into entrepreneurship right now. A lot of SMEs are there. Some of them are looking for funding opportunities, and we know that you can't get funding opportunities when you don't have a business plan that you should present, right? So you can help a lot of these entrepreneurs to learn how to write a business plan or even write it for them, then explain to them what you have in there.
Yeah.
So I know a couple of people who do this as a very lucrative business, right? Also, you can also become a researcher. You know, you can become a business researcher. You focus solely on businesses. You could become a social researcher. You focus on social issues.
Right.
And then you sell your findings to corporations, to NGOs that are looking for such reports. Some of these companies are looking for this research, but they don't have the manpower right, to do it. So if you can do this, or if you love it, or it happens to be something you read in school, you can go into it. For example, way back, I had a research firm. What we were actually doing was to help people to get data, you know, from the annual report, and then analyze the data for them using SPSS and eViews and all of those things.
So, I mean, it's almost like, especially if you're a graduate, I mean, if you were able to graduate from school, obviously you did some research.
Definitely.
So this should be a low-hanging
fruit for you, yes.
At least you've gotten some level of study.
Yeah.
You can decide that, you know what, I'm a researcher.
Yeah, let me. And then, if you remember, when we went through school, we rarely had the opportunity of being taught how to do a research.
Right.
So if you were able to do it, definitely you learn some things that you could teach someone else.
Actually published it and allowed you to graduate, then definitely
you have something you can teach.
You have
someone.
something that
yes.
you can give someone else.
That's one of those. Then you could also go into what I call unconventional foods, all right? When you're looking at food business, a lot of people are always thinking about, okay, you own a restaurant, you own a big place, but I've run an unconventional food business where my target clients were basically bankers.
Yeah, but did you make the food though?
I wasn't even making the food.
So you were, being
a
broker, so sort of connecting.
In fact, okay, my wife, you know, before we got married, she was my girlfriend then, and then they love food in it. They like to cook.
Right.
So her mom and her sister do the cooking while we do the selling.
And then you were just the broker, connecting people and letting them know that,
you know, so
I've got
we
great
meet,
food for
yes,
you.
we meet our target market, busy professionals. They don't have the opportunity to cook at home. So we cook for them. And then some of them even place order, okay, please, I need a pot of soup. We charge them, you know, supply them that we need a pot of stew, you do that. So that's a food business.
Well, Alex, I mean, we're supposed to round off in the next minute or so. I just want us to touch briefly on, so I've identified all these businesses. How do I then begin to talk to people about it and sell?
Well, the easiest way to do this is for you to learn how to use your social media handles for business. Right? WhatsApp status are there. You have your Facebook timeline, you have your Instagram. So don't just go on social media to waste time or look at other people's pictures, right? Create your own stuff. And trust me, you will get, I'm talking about not running Facebook ad now, just the people you already have who know you already, right? People who follow you.
Just tell them
you
what
will be so amazed at how many people that need the services you already provide in there. So just start with those people, then you can grow from there.
Wow. Alex Iheanacho, thank you so much for giving us new ideas, stuff that you can do. Even if you have a job, you will be able to do some of these things and just consult, be a business broker, make a couple of, 10%, 5%, depending, whatever it is, you can do it.
No matter how small, just a game of number. Get a couple of more people to get into it.
Exactly. It's a new year, and if you build it, they definitely will come to your business. So, of course, we're heading to the kitchen now where is on standby with Chef Ofe. Hey, guys.
Hi, Yomi. Thank you very much. All right. So here in the kitchen with me is Chef Ofe, and this morning we are making veggies and pasta delight, people. Yes, and we already got cooking earlier on the show. So if you missed it, there on your screen are the ingredients. But we'll run through them, catch you up.
Yeah.
All right.
So the chicken, we pre-boiled it and fried it. Then the veggies, which are the bell pepper.
Ready.
Yeah, bell pepper. Carrots, peas, onions.
Okay,
onions. Yeah, and the bell peppers, the green, red, and yellow
bell peppers. Yeah.
So we fried that up. I haven't seasoned it yet.
Okay.
So we're boiling our pasta in water, a little bit of salt and oil, so that it doesn't stick together. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then when this is ready?
When it's ready, I take it out, drain it off,
drain the water,
then put it back in the pot and put the veggies, stir-fried veggies, season it, mix it up together, and put in a little bit of chicken broth. Let that simmer for like one minute, then finish it up with
spring onions.
Okay.
For the flavor.
All right. So this is a pretty easy recipe.
And fast.
And very fast. Yeah. So we're giving you many more reasons to for kids have resumed schools.
Yeah, you can actually use this recipe for noodles, or if you have rice, or if you have leftover pasta from dinner. So you just fry up your veggies, toss it together, and they could take it to school for lunch or
breakfast.
Yeah, quick breakfast.
Breakfast. They're not too heavy.
Some children like heavy breakfast. Some adults love.
Of course, for adults, but for kids.
Some adults are foodies. They can shovel this down early in the morning.
All right. Yeah, great stuff happening here in the kitchen, guys. So basically, this is more like making fried pasta, but we are calling it your own delights.
Thank you.
Thank you. We expect Chef Ofe, to come up with something quite interesting. Yes.
Yep.
All right, pretty exciting. So let me talk about my sweet and sour sauce experience, because I'm still reliving that experience. Yes.
Deserves some accolades.
So just in case you want to find out how to make sweet and sour sauce, you could check out some of our previous episodes on YouTube. I can't remember the name of the chef who actually made that on the show, but I learned from that recipe and I tried it out yesterday.
What did
you
use?
I wasn't exactly.
What protein did you
I
use?
used turkey because that's my go-to. Yeah, I love turkey lots. Yes, so I used turkey and my pineapples and what I did was, after seasoning my my turkey, after it was ready, I added a little bit of sugar, honey, and ketchup. Yeah, to marinate that turkey.
I'm just trying to envisage the burst
I know,
of
right?
flavors.
And then in another plate, I added a little bit of flour, sugar, just a little bit of sugar. So you want to be sure not to, add too much sugar.
Yeah.
You need to, taste
Balance.
it. And so add a little bit of sugar, add a little bit of ketchup, and a little bit of turmeric. Very little bit of turmeric. So I mixed that all up.
You like food.
I know.
See your eyes. Your eyes are just twinkling. I'm just looking at your eyes.
So I just, fried up my veggies. So for veggies, I use red, yellow, and green bell peppers, and then carrots. Yeah, so I didn't chop my carrots. I just sliced them in, circles, like in round circles.
Cylinders.
Cylinders?
Cylinders.
Cylinders.
Small cylinders.
Small cylinders. Oh, that's what you call them?
No, I'm asking you to.
Okay. Anyways.
To be the one that is giving the cooking lesson.
And I just fried it. Anyway, it turned out really nice because all of that pineapple that I used, the pineapple juice just went all up in that.
Where's my
sauce,
pack?
and it was
my
good.
pack?
I said I brought for myself, but you could taste out of it.
No, I'm taking that one. I'll take Mike's own.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about, but you could taste out of it, actually. So I don't mean to hype myself. And then when it was ready, I served hubby, and I'm like, okay, so what do you think? And he's like, okay. So you find out after the break, guys. We are going on a quick break. Stay with us, it's more on the show.
All right, welcome back. Now it's time for us to get back into our time machines and go back in time.
We should actually be sitting like in a real time machine.
Yeah, maybe we
wake
could,
up my Nigeria time machine.
Maybe we could find something
with lights.
Like that. If you have one, please send one over to us. We need it. And I think you should start with this one.
Oh yeah. So we're taking you back to 1946. Titi was born.
Wow.
I'm sorry. I just had to put that in there. Now, George Orwell publishes Animal Farm. A lot of you guys remember that. In the United Kingdom. Time magazine chose the book as one of the 100 best English literature novels, 1923 to 2005. It also featured at number 31 on the Modern Library list of best 20th century novels. It won a retrospective Hugo Award in 1996. And is included in the Great Books of the Western World selection.
Yes,
wow,
indeed.
Animal Farm.
Such a fate? Is this farm too poor to support us all? No, comrades. The farm is rich, but we'll never get our rightful share from Farmer Jones. Overthrow this evil tyrant, and we shall be rich and free.
Revolt!
If you haven't read
What?
Animal Farm,
Yeah.
you need to go read it.
I actually think Animal Farm was my first exposure to what, well, to politics, kind of.
Yeah, yeah,
To what politics actually, you know, could become.
yeah.
And it was really, really scary how quickly
Things changed
Yes.
after they took over. Yeah,
all animals are equal.
but some are more equal than others.
Yeah?
Wow, amazing, amazing. And of course, that animation there was also from way back in the 70s, I think,
Yes,
or the
indeed.
60s.
If your kids haven't watched that, you should get them to. Now, coming up next, the Indian movie Sholay premiered in 1975. Now, this is an action adventure starring Dharmendra and Amitabh Bachchan. Now, it was...
Come on, we've got Yemi B, who's a Nigerian gospel artist whose greatest weapon is his passion for his craft. He believes he is a soldier of Christ and will take kingdoms for Christ with his music. It's great to have you here this morning.
Thanks for having me.
Right, so what are you performing this morning?
I'll be doing my song, The Mortar.
All right,
Yeah.
good. Take it away.
All right.
How this all stop now? If you don't to drop it down. All right, cool. Wonderful song, I must say. Immortal and all that. Cool. You have a body of work out there?
Yeah.
Okay, tell us about it.
When the song was actually produced, then by my producer, Femi Flame, and it was directed by Correct Films.
Oh, okay.
Actually, so.
All right, but then an album, you have an album out there?
I don't have an album yet, but I'll be releasing an album this year.
This year? Wow, okay. So how many singles do you have out there in the market?
I have up to 6 or 7 thereabout.
This is cool, Immortal. I like this song. Nice groove. Well done. All the best. All right, we'll take a break now. There's still a whole lot more to come. Don't go nowhere.
Hey,
Yes,
why are you
indeed.
laughing? You nearly fell.
why?
So there's this new song that I like.
What?
Mashi Testimony, Tibara Posh.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yomi, I don't know where that came from.
I'm just saying, it's a gospel song.
Okay. You do testimony when you buy Porsche.
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
Exactly,
Okay, yeah.
exactly. We're still here for you. It's time for you to get out of bed if you aren't out of bed yet. And,
Everybody's out of bed by 8 a.m., right?
On a Monday.
On a Monday, yes, please. And if you're
Except
not,
the rich people.
I think you need to be flogged out of that bed. And hopefully we have the kind of entertainment that can give you that boost. Now, of course, thanks for joining us. Although you are the real deal if you have the luxury of getting out of bed by this time.
Exactly, that's what
you
we
might have
said.
been awake for a while now. If you need to be on the move, you can take us with you. Please make sure you know my name. My name is Titilayo Oyinso.
And I'm Yomi Ope. Of course, if you're taking us with you, well, you have to know that we're streaming live right now on Facebook. And you can check us out at TVC Connect. Of course, on our website as well at tvcontinental.tv.
Very important. But Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, they're always Hagog whenever we're there with our hashtag WakeUpNigeria.
Yeah.
Yes,
So remember the hashtag and don't forget it.
Yes, of course. Now, what could possibly be your biggest obstacle in 2019? Big question. Stephen Omojuigbe is going to be here. He's going to be talking to us in a short while on that particular topic.
All right, and then after that, we're going to move on to a life hack session with MM.
Yes,
He's going to be
indeed.
joining us shortly for that.
Then we have a report for you about an 11-year-old boy that specializes in Gele artistry. 11 years old.
Wow, looking forward to that one.
Yes, indeed. Wow, 11 years old, tying Gele.
So back to my song. Mama London, Mama wa posh, Mama Mama wore good sheets in my last shush.
So now we're not using brand. Yeah, that's the thing.
So wait,
No,
is that what you learned with this your type of?
Yeah.
That was where you went.
That was what you learned.
Okay, so there's a
It was a work study.
Okay.
Work study program that I did. So,
Cool.
with music infused work study program.
You know, most of the time, music makes you work better.
Yes, it does.
So, update on that particular story. You know, Jeff Bezos and his wife didn't sign a prenup. So,
what?
she is eligible to 50% of what he earned while they were
For
married.
those that don't know who Jeff is,
now.
It's not by force.
people.
It's not by force to know.
why now?
He's the founder of Amazon.
Forget this pretty talk. He's the richest man in the world.
And he's
All
the
this
richest
pretty
man in
talk.
the world.
So the point is
and
that
she actually helped him even before, you know, he became the CEO of Amazon.
what are
She
you
saw
booking
him.
on
Why,
this?
she
You
made
don't
him coffee, so now she's...
No, she didn't make
please
him
do
coffee.
not
She was
do
actually
that.
there even when he had.
were you there with them?
There's some
I'm sorry.
decisions
Well,
Were you there with them?
some men don't make without a woman behind them.
Yeah,
Okay, but the
there
point
are
now
also
with-
investigations from National Enquirer that so they were separated for a while. They have been separated for a while.
Oh, they have?
Yes, they have been
cheated on
separated
her
for a
now?
while. No. So there are speculations that during that separation, he was involved with another news anchor.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
But, you know, they're not trying to rub it
she was
off
dating
on maybe
their
that's
neighbor or
that.
something.
Forget it. Look, Baba played a rematch. I'm telling you as it is. You're giving all this.
See, whether he
Baba
played
played a
rematch,
rematch.
So now that's what they're trying to
then
say,
Mama was
but they're
like-
not clear.
Well, okay, the point
They're-
now is that
it's not been clear.
he's the
that
richest
she
man in the
cheated.
world.
She
Are
could
you
get
really serious that he would not have had like a few affairs? Are you kidding me?
So he's
the
going to
richest
be...
man in the world.
So what?
So
Are you
what
saying
if he was
Bill
what if he
Gates-
just focused
Are you
on
saying
the
Bill Gates
on the
would not
work,
focus
on
on
the
one
job?
person?
I'm not going to be the
That's
one to say it, but I'm just like, hello.
I don't understand.
I know I'm being very chauvinistic, but I just feel like, hey, it's the richest. You're separated.
So
They
what-
work
Wait,
together.
my story was
There's
that
no
the point
way.
is that she could get as much. Depends on the settlement. She could get as high as $66 billion.
Yes.
Making her the richest woman in the world. If that does happen.
66 billion.
Yeah.
So that's-
I think you just get to a point where...
get
She's
that
looking
high.
for Nigerian to work with.
Or a Nigerian to marry.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Mike,
You can't marry a rich woman.
if you marry a woman that's worth $66 billion,
What would you do?
we won't be seeing you again. No?
What? You'll buy all of you. Okay, Mr. Musa, Yomi, Titi, Ronke, Folari.
Come by my house.
All of you should come now. I need you now. You talk too much. You'll pick one bar of gold and stone you. Are you okay? But anyway, big shout out to Ronke. Yesterday was her birthday.
Yes.
Our producer.
Happy birthday, Ronke.
Happy birthday!
Yes,
Slim
sir.
Mama. I call her Slim Mama. Instagram.
And Snapchat.
Ronke, I
Let's leave it
love-
at that.
She's actually been doing an amazing job,
Yeah.
and everyone is really, really proud of how she's
yeah.
grown.
Yeah.
She's grown so much.
I don't know why you guys are being nice to her on the air. We all know she's crazy. So,
No, but you have to be crazy to run a show like this.
yeah.
No, it's not that kind of
If you
crazy.
don't know,
Yeah,
you
but
have
I don't
to
know
be
how that
kind of
way.
crazy.
You have to have some square.
Even when you say
that
something
way.
that involves deity, okay, can't. Okay. Let's just leave the matter.
Okay. But you know we love you. You know we love
We
you.
love you. I love you, Ronke.
Yes. Sir.
Wow. Hi, welcome back. It's another Monday on Life Hacks, and today's hack is for the ladies. Yes, and first of all, I'll be talking about how to get rid of scuffs on your patent leather shoes. So I know some of us have experienced this, issue where we have these scuff marks. So what do we call scuff marks? Basically, they're these little marks that come off on our patent leather shoes, especially when we rub them off each other. So how do you get rid of this? Basically, what you're going to do is get your cotton wool or Q-tip. And you either get a nail polish with an acetone ingredient, or you use a petroleum jelly. So what I'm going to do here is just to rub off the Q-tip, rub it on, get a little bit of the petroleum jelly on it, and use it to rub off on the scuff mark on your patent leather shoes. So you have to do this gently so that it doesn't, rub off on the other side that isn't, stained. So remember, like I said earlier on, so if you're not making use of petroleum jelly, you're making use of a nail polish with an acetone ingredient in it. So you do this gently till it eventually goes off. So because it's going to take a while, I'm just going to show you how it works, and then you can try the rest out. Moving on. So next we're going to talk about shoes and how the sole of our shoes basically have, like, you experience friction sometimes where you're walking and then there's a certain kind of friction with the floor and, you know, the sole of your shoes. So basically how to get rid of it is use a nail file, which I have here. Not those metal ones, basically the soft ones. So what you do is you rub off on the sole of your shoe. Rub it off like you're working with sandpaper. So you do this for a while, and then you use your hairspray. You spray on it, and then you clean, you wipe off. That way you're getting rid of, you know, that you're basically easing off, you know, the tension from the floor and the sole of your shoes. Next hack I'm going to be teaching you is there are times where we've had, you know, issues with our zippers where it doesn't work and then it's like really stiff. How do you ease off that tension? You're basically, what you need to do is get a lip gloss. I know, right? Lip gloss. Yeah. So lip gloss is, so this is a lip balm. So basically what you do is you just rub lip balm on the zipper to ease off that tension. You rub it gently on both sides of your zipper. Yeah, I know. The lip balm actually has a lot of, there's so many uses for it, and the zipper is one of them, not just for your lips. So once you've rubbed that gently, you try using the zipper. Yeah. So you see, that's easier, basically. And one final tip I'll be teaching you is with your glasses. So usually what happens is there are times where you're taking a cup of coffee and then the steam, you know, you find the steam, you see the steam settles on your glasses. Basically what you do is you get the soft cloth from your glass case, because I'm sure like every sunglass or every glass case actually comes with it. And then you put in a little bit of water with a dishwash, and you have to be very, very careful. A dishwash, not detergents, not any, you know, dishwash that contains any acidic ingredient. That's why I'm sticking to the dishwash. And then you just rub it against both sides of the lenses, and there you have it. You dry it out for 2 minutes, and then you clean, not with a wet cloth this time, but with a dry cloth. And there you have it on Life Hacks for today. I hope I've been able to make life a little easier for you as always. All right, so we're moving on to motivation, as we all know, talking about people who do amazing things. We have this package from about an 11-year-old boy who makes gele. Can you imagine? Interesting. You got to see this.
Meet Chinonso Onyakwana. He may just be Nigeria's youngest professional gele artist. As with every craft, he started by learning from someone.
My mom ties gele too, so I can just learn from her. I'll just pick up some pinpoints from her, then learn from what she has done, practice it at home. And then when she comes back from working, I tell her that I've learned this style. They said, okay, tell me how you learned it. Then I tie it for her. They says, okay, then she'll correct me in the places that I made mistakes.
I find out that he's very, very artistic and he draws very well, you know. So and whenever I'm doing my gele, he's always anxious to know what I'm doing, and he's always asks questions. Mommy, how do you do this? How do you do to achieve this? You know. So I noticed that he have passion for what I'm doing. I started teaching him how to tie gele. He's in him, he's very creative. He can use paper to do human being. Yes, we even call him Pepper Boy in my house because he tears paper everywhere. He uses it to mold me, he can draw, and whenever he draws, if you have any dot on your face, he will put that dot. He's very good.
He's been at this craft for a year now, so it's no surprise that he has a favorite style.
Out of all of them, my favorite is round because it gives me no stress. Just to pleat it up and then tight at the end. Well, I just pleat it, iron it with my leg. Then it will not be strong. It will be strong. Then I'll not put it on the person's head by using my muscle to hold it. I can tie fan too. I can tie V, which is short for a V-shaped beginning. I can tie egg-shaped. At the end, you shape it to an egg. I can even tie the curved shape at the side, egg-shaped side.
Some people, when they look at him as a small boy, they will be like, oh, no. Camis, I don't want him to tie my gele. But I'll just tell them that, try him. After the gele, the person will even pray for him and give him more money.
Obviously, there's no stopping this young man.
He even told me that he wants to learn makeup. Yes, because the time I asked him, how do you see yourself in next 1 year? He told me that, Mommy, next 1 year, I'll be a celebrity makeup artist and gele guru.
I'm deciding that I will tie gele while doing architecture, while studying architecture engineering, Like how I joined school, I'll just do my architect work and then come back. If anyone wants to tie gele, I'll then say, okay, I learned it when I was small. I will help you, then I'll help the person. The person will not be happy.
At just 11 years old, Chinonso is proof that age is not the ultimate definer of abilities or talent.
That is amazing.
Right, absolutely.
That is amazing.
That kid could be making money for the whole family.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he's
mind
really
blown, 11 years old.
Talented, going into makeup. Yeah. He's going to give all the ladies a run for their money.
Well,
Fantastic.
he's going to have a lot of money, especially if he starts training people as well.
Yeah,
There's
well
so
done,
much
well done.
potential from there, you know?
All right, so I like Mondays because they're also for motivation. And it's fitting that we're ending the show today with a little bit of motivation. And for every victory that one bags, there's usually an obstacle to overcome. Now, of course, the question we want to ask, what could be your biggest obstacle this year?
Yes, indeed. Stephen Omojigbe is here with us once again this morning to help answer that very crucial question. Now, for every one of us, it might be different. But what is your take?
So there is one very big obstacle every super achiever is going to have to deal with. And let me say it this way. So 95% of our lives, 95% of our lives is lived from the subconscious.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
okay.
Which means that our lives is basically a printout of our subconscious programs. Right.
So I feel like you're saying our biggest obstacle could be us. Is that what you're saying?
That's exactly where I'm going. You're brilliant.
Thank you.
So 95% of our lives is lived from the subconscious. Our subconscious, our lives is a printout of our subconscious behaviors. That's why, for example, children of the rich, they just become rich, even though they cannot explain why they are rich, because they have subconscious programs that have been put in them right from when they are small, when they are young, that it just allows them to automatically do certain things think certain ways and say certain things that move them towards wealth. So here's the problem. There are going to be a lot of people this year who will consciously, using their conscious brains, create plans, like build ideas and make plans and set goals around some area of their lives they want to change. This year, 2019, I'm going to stop smoking. This year, 2019, I'll be more loving to my children and my wives. This year, 2019, I'm going to make some more money. And many of them are going to be committed to those goals, and they're going to try and work that plan, and they're still going to fail to achieve it. Wow. Because if you have a program that is against your conscious desires, all the time, Titi, all the time, the subconscious wins. Why? Because our brains, it's occupied 95% by subconscious activities. So just by neural processing power, the subconscious mind is 1,000,000 times, wow, 1,000,000 times more powerful than the conscious part of our brains.
So even if you're daily taking actions and going through the motions, the fact that there's something else inhibiting you subconsciously then means that you might not meet those goals.
Psychologists would call it the unconscious collusion. Wow. Now, the way the world is designed is that the things you want you, right? So as you move towards them, they should move towards you. But you find a lot of people who say, the more I work hard, the poorer I become. The more I try to be loving towards my wife, the worse the marriage becomes. The more I try to be gentle with my children, the more I find myself getting angry at them. They are committed to their conscious goals, but because of the unconscious collusion. Unconscious collusion is when there's something inside of you, a part of your soul that is broken apart, that does not want what you want. If I can quickly tell us a story. So this woman comes into the counseling room. Her marriage is in trouble. And the reason was that growing up, she grew up with a father who was cheating on the mother, and they were constantly quarreling and fighting about that. And so she made a conclusion, a vow: no man will ever treat me like that. So she gets married to this wonderful, fantastic man that loves her, but then he gets promoted at work and he's spending more time outside home and spending more time in the office. And she begins to nag him and nag him and nag him until he decides, I don't want any of your nagging. So he begins to go to some places to hang out. Immediately after he closes from work. And of course he meets someone, and then an affair started. And then of course Mrs. Sensitive catches on that, and then the marriage breaks. And then as I explained it to her, she said, I didn't want my marriage to break. But then she found out that she unconsciously destroyed her marriage. So a lot of people are going to struggle this year, not because they are not good people, not because they are not committed to their goals, but because they have something that is working against those goals. And they must overcome that if they want to go forward.
I think we have to take this a little bit further, but we will take a short break and be back.
Yeah. Welcome back. We're talking about obstacles to your progress and your success and meeting your goals in 2019. Yeah. And Stephen Omojuigwe was telling us a compelling story about a lady who, with her own nagging and her own hands, she's essentially destroyed her marriage. Talk to us more about how we can then navigate our way out of this.
Yeah, so before we talk about how you can get out of it, let's quickly talk about how do you recognize that this might be happening in your life. Right. And it's very simple. Look at the symptoms. Look at the results. If the results in your life are not commensurate with the effort, the activities, your desires, your plans, the things you're committed to, if you're being defeated and you can't explain it, you know, in this part of the world, it's a spiritual thing, it's somebody from the village and all that. Maybe those things are true, but most of the time, it is the unconscious collusion that is creating the problem. So how do you solve it? There's several ways these negative programs can be destroyed. One happens naturally, actually, because sometimes people get to rock bottom and there's nowhere else to go. And so suddenly there is a natural crashing of that program. And then the only place they can go is help. But you don't want to wait, you know, until you get to rock bottom. Yep. You don't want to wait until your marriage is destroyed. You don't want to wait until your health is destroyed. You don't want to wait until you're begging on the street before you get your unconscious programs changed. A simple way to do it, and it's so simple. It's so simple that people don't want to do it. It's to repeat. There are two ways to train the subconscious. One is hypnosis. which is what happens to children. Because between 0 and 7, children don't learn consciously. They learn by hypnosis. They just watch and download stuff because their consciousness before the age of 7 is below, I mean, their brain before the age of 7 is below the frequency of consciousness. So it's called theta. So they kind of download stuff. So you can change your programs by hypnosis, but I don't advise that. There's a simpler way you can change it. It's repetition.
Okay, repeating what exactly?
Repeating what? Repeating the opposite of the program. So first you must understand the program, and you do that by unpacking your story. You go back and look at your experiences you've had and ask yourself, what has my experiences taught me about myself that is sabotaging my life today? What has it taught me about marriage that is sabotaging my life today? What has it taught me about finances? For example, a lot of people have the scarcity mentality. They say there is no money, there are no lands, but there is money, there are lands, you just don't have it. So you need to unpack your story, especially
this unpacking progress is sounding very deep.
It's actually, it's a coaching process, right? It's a counseling process where someone who understands this thing walks you through your life story, helps you identify the themes and the programs that has been, deposited inside of you. Once you understand the program, you now find something opposite it, and then repeatedly. That's why if you want to learn from A to Z, you go over it a couple of times. After that, you don't have to go over it consciously anymore. And so by the process of repetition, faith comes by hearing. Repetition. And usually I counsel 30 days. Take 30 days and just go to the roots of that program and change it. Once that thing sinks into your subconscious, you have another subconscious program that begins to give you the results you want.
So I'm trying to find an example to explain to someone watching. For instance, you mentioned a parent constantly shouting at a child. So the opposite of that is?
It's not the action of the parent.
Okay.
It's what that impacted into the child.
Okay.
Right. So for that child, it has impacted into the child that the only way to discipline a child is to shout.
Okay.
All right. That is what you want to counter. It's the interpretation, the impact, the message of the activity. What did it leave you with? I grew up in a very, very, very abusive home. My parents loved us, but they didn't know how to love us. And so I grew up believing that I was a stupid guy, that nothing good could come out of me. And so that led me into a lot of self-sabotaging efforts. I get opportunities, I say, I cannot do it. I check out of it. I set a goal, I try a little bit. As soon as it's about that I want to succeed, something tells me you're not supposed to succeed, so I back out. And so it becomes a self-repeating, sabotaging effort.
Okay.
When I recognized that, I just went, wrote some affirmations, went about it 30 days, every morning and night. This is like 22 years ago. Wow. Until and when the program crashes, you will know. Because there will be a new sense of thoughts that constantly comes out of you, especially when you reach obstacles. You know what kind of programs you have by listening to your own self-talk. Okay.
So I want to. I mean, I like the direction that this conversation is going. Sometimes when people realize that they need help, for instance, they're watching the show now and they're saying to themselves, okay, you know what? I think I'm beginning to discover where my problem is, right? Do they then seek professional help, or is this something that you can say to yourself that I have the discipline enough to give myself the time to do this kind of activity?
Oftentimes, you will do better talking to a professional. You will do faster talking to a professional because there are usually themes and patterns that once you start to talk to a professional, you can quickly identify it and lead you in the right path. But you can also do it yourself. That's why that whole industry is called the self-help industry. Right. You can get books that talk about these things, and you can begin to read them and do some reflections and do some thinking. But usually, it will be better if you have somebody you can talk with, because it's very difficult to see yourself. It's hard for us to really see ourselves. In fact, as we're talking, somebody might be there who has this problem and he can't identify it. And that's not my problem. It doesn't know. It takes someone else looking at your patterns, looking at the way your life has gone, looking at your antecedents to be able to say, I think there's a program here that is working. So it's faster, it's more effective, you get it done with quicker. I mean, I spent about 7 years trying to change my life programs, and I spent 7 days changing it for people today. So it's something that it will benefit you if you talk to a professional.
Wow.
Okay, so now I have I have an issue with. Okay, it's not really an issue. A lot of people see the religious leaders as that professional. Now, I'm not, pointing towards a particular religion right now, but then again, there is that whole God forbid mentality, speaking positively as opposed to speaking negatively. So do the religious leaders and religious counselors also have it right?
A lot of Christian religious principles, which is what I'm familiar with, actually follow these principles.
Okay.
For example, faith comes by hearing.
Okay.
Right? So if you hear a thing over and over and over again, it's still the same process of repetition. Okay. The only problem there is you can be in a church and you're listening to messages about money, but your problem is marital. You can be in a church and your pastor is good at things that has to do with spirituals, but your problem is financial. So you may not be getting the repeated word that will change your particular circumstance from the particular preacher. Apart from that, the laws and the principles by which I believe God created this world, which is what science is discovering, a lot of pastors don't even have access to it. And so you can have someone who is not religious, who understands how these things work. For example, I tell people, if you want to learn about money, your pastor is not most likely the person to go to because he may not have a lot of it. You want to talk to someone who is rich because success has a structure. Failure also has a structure. And so if you know how the rich think, if you know how the rich behave, if you know what they do, you can learn those practices and you can be rich. Your pastor may not necessarily be rich and he may not necessarily know how to do that, how to make wealth happen. Same thing, you can have a pastor who is called of God and who is a good man, is a moral man, but he does not understand women. He doesn't understand men. He doesn't understand marriage, and so he may not be able to help you. But a lot of religious leaders have incorporated this truths and this wisdom into what they do, and they can really help their people.
Yeah, one of the things that I've always wanted to ask, I mean, regarding this, I mean, we've seen that, okay, we can, it's possible for you to identify your problem, especially if you've seen maybe like a repeated pattern in your life. But there are people who live in self-denial.
Yeah.
It could also be based on religion. Yeah. The fact that, Titi was saying just now, God forbid, right? And then for a long time, you're still in that denial and you're basically living in hope that something will change, a miracle is going to happen and all of that. How do I begin to take positive steps in the right direction?
For those kind of people, they're the ones that you have to depend on nature helping them. They have to get to the rock bottom. Or someone calling them out with tough love. If, for example, you're married to someone who's denying that the marriage is bad and who's just denying that the sex is not good, that the communication is bad, and he covers it up with some kind of religious stuff, one of the things the spouse of that person can do is what I call create a crisis for them. Put them in a situation where they have to make a decision. Do you want me? Do you want this marriage? If not, now I'm not advising that people divorce, but I'm saying you have to create a situation where the person is forced to look at themselves. All right, is forced to seek a counselor, is forced to look and get some objective counsel. If not, you're going to have to wait for nature, for life to teach them. And sometimes that can be very, very terrible.
And it can be one of those wake-up calls that you might not see coming. But Stephen Awojuigbe, it's always a pleasure having you.
Always a pleasure to be here.
We're absolutely motivated this Monday.
Yes,
and hopefully, if you were thinking about 2019, you were a bit anxious about what would happen if there's going to be a repeat of 2018. At least now, you're beginning to see some of the things that you can do to change things and change your life.
Now, earlier we had Yemi B perform Immortal on the show, and now I would love it if we could see and feel a little bit more of that performance once again.
Let's go! Iwola wi maye o, ọba títí ayé, kábíyèsí o, mo gbé ọ̀gá. Iwola wi maye o, ọba títí ayé, kábíyèsí o.
I love that song.
All right, welcome, Mr. Steven.
Thank you very much.
Were you guys listening?
Yes.
Absolutely motivated by...
Definitely.
What is in my mind?
2019.
All right, welcome to the kitchen, Mr. Steven. Don't mind Mike. All right, so here with us is Chef Ofe, and she's made this delightsome delight. Yeah. Well, why I call it that is because this is actually veggies and pasta delight.
Veggies and pasta.
Yes, so please.
So is this healthy, Chef?
Yes, it is, but it could be healthier by using the wheat pasta version of pasta.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is the flour version.
This is regular
this is
pasta.
Regular pasta.
So
Well done.
I've tried the wheat pasta before. It takes a lot longer to cook.
No, not really.
It does.
How does it taste? How does
Okay,
it taste? Does it have like normal taste?
Flat taste.
Yeah, it's okay, but it's a little bit rubbery.
Yeah.
But it's still.
Like,
still
it takes
nice.
forever to eat.
No.
All this talking
But
to
it
okay, allow somebody to eat.
Good.
Nah, this
As long as you make your
So
sauce.
you talking about?
Just eat.
So what do you
Okay,
think?
so we...
It's very good.
You like?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Chef Ofe has done it again.
Well done.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, well done. And thank you to Homely NG, as usual, for the kitchen accessories on the show.
And
Thank
of
you.
course, thank you to Fola at Fola's Place for the hairstyling. We appreciate you, man. Really, really. Chef Ofe, you know we love you.
Love you.
I love what you're
love
wearing
you.
as well. The future is female and
African.
I love what's on your shirt.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen to us then?
Yeah, the future
Well,
is
I don't
female.
know. Maybe
Fight
you guys
for
are
your,
gonna go
fight
extinct.
for your own.
Yes,
I
right. Yes,
You know
indeed.
that the kings are born in January. So when our thieves born, that's the kind of thing back then. Kings are born in month.
Thank you so much, Stephen Omaju.
Thank you for having me.
We are really, really motivated by some of the things that you shared with us. And we'll be back again tomorrow, Tuesday, for another great edition of the show. Thank you so much for joining us.
Have a great day, people.
7 a.m. Boom. Tomorrow. Bye.